Hi there. As you can tell by the picture at the start of this video, I want to talk about the fact that when you're perceiving anything, it's a reflection of yourself. You know, even if your words are true or your perception you think it's true, the way you see it is based on you. And it's based on how you feel within you and how you perceive yourself. You see, and this can be misinterpreted with people that think they're picking up other people's emotions. That may be true, but the way you're perceiving the emotions is to do with you. And this is what, my unexpected spiritual awakening was obviously unexpected. And it's been a synchronistic journey of realizing that it's all the same thing. Everything's one. And that's why everything is actually perfect, because it's one thing. Therefore, it's like being in a bubble and there's only the one bubble. And there's, all time exists within this bubble. Therefore, they've had infinity to arrange everything. And who's arranged it? You're the infinity. Like, Osho once said that a life doesn't need an outside force to create it. And that is pretty true. We're all one. And that's the thing. This is why, defining yourself for your skin color is stupid, because it's just a body to experience a world. That's all it is. But, I'm talking about perception here, about how you perceive your reflection. Well, it's difficult for people because as soon as you're born, you're being brainwashed. You're being programmed. You're being programmed to perceive reality in a certain way, and your parents or whoever's around you doing it doesn't realise they're doing it. And it's a long line of brainwashing. You see? And this is why, like just now with the coronavirus, that's why people are reacting the way they're reacting. They've been programmed, primed for it. It's not like, see, I talk about counterintelligence. This is a subject I got into a few years ago. And counterintelligence is based on engineering a person or people. And it it's not just about brainwashing, it's about brainwashing you so you're primed for a certain other type of brainwashing. And this is how I believe society is run. And this is why I haven't been reacting, because, like I say, it's the way we respond is a reflection of ourselves. And because I've done a lot of healing, this coronavirus thing, there's nothing worse than facing yourself. I've had to face myself for nearly 9 years now. So that's why I'm not panic buying, I'm not reacting to this situation the way other people are reacting, because I've done so much healing and I've been facing myself, you see. That's the biggest devil of them all. Once you need very little and you've faced yourself, then, that's it. An isolation won't hurt you. See, people in isolation, I even saw a post today on Twitter, people not liking isolation because they're anxious. That anxious energy you feel in isolation is actually you. It's the mirror of you. So when you feel these mirrors, these reflections of yourself, meditate upon it. Really observe it. Allow your awareness to open. And then you'll get insight into why you're feeling that way. And then you'll heal that. And then as you're going through this healing, you ascend very, very quickly. It's like you're just going through the levels very, very quickly when you start to pay attention. Instead of reacting, observe. You know, so it's just a different way of doing things. You know, instead of rushing or jumping to the thing, you're waiting. You know, instead of reacting so quickly. It's just a different kind of way of being, really. And this way of being, this observing and being and allowing your awareness to expand all the time, is like I always talk about. This is how you reach heaven, which is nirvana, which is in Buddhism, which is a state of awareness, which is realizing that all is you, all is within you. There's no right, no left, no right or wrong. There's just love. But just now what's happening is we have to go through dark times so that we find insight into ourselves. So then we know that we created the whole mess in the first place. Everything comes from everything, everyone and everything. And so that we have the knowledge that we create our reality, so then that's when you go to the light. You only go to the light when you understand the dark. That's when you get to heaven. When you realize that you create your reality. But and it's all a mirror. And that's the first thing you need to change your reality, is your perception, which is your awareness. Your perceptual state molds your awareness state. And your awareness state creates the reality you live in. And every decision you make is based on your awareness. Is it? So this is why this kind of perceptual mind control is so important for the system. Now the system, what's the system? Well, it's just energy. Energy hangs in the air like a cloud over us, and we create it by our thoughts and feelings. So what's happening just now is there's a crossover in energy. There's a demonic energy and a love energy. And everything is returning now to the divine creator, which is just love, infinite love I'm talking about. And the demonic force is acting out, is reacting. But and that's what's going on. And that's why I would, if I sensed something bad was going on, I would say it. But I don't feel anything. I feel like a global awakening's happening. And that's it. And the system now is, the demonic side is react over. It's like when you see a movie and someone's had an exorcism, the demon will react because it knows it's losing. And if I felt that anything was in danger, I would react. But what's happening, we're going through a global awakening, which means a transition. Things have to change. All things. Right? Because everything before was in a dark tunnel, and now we're coming to the light. And like I say, when you perceive, back to when everything's your mirror, it's understand that how you perceive that person's feelings. You might be feeling those feelings, but how you feel about it is you. So when you start to pay attention to this, you start to heal yourself, and then you start realizing that these reflections that you're picking up were actually meant to be experienced so that you could heal from it. And then once you heal more and more and more and more, you're in a state of heaven all the time. Because you've just changed your awareness. You see? But when we're in a lower state of awareness, or a fearful state of awareness, we will pay attention, we will notice the fear in others. When we're in a different type of awareness, we see a different kind of thing. So pay attention to that. I just felt that was an important video to make. That your perception is your reflection. And I'm just going to leave it there. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much. Thank you.